In today's video, we're troubleshooting the sticky suspension and setting the alignment for the Redcat RDS, along with replacing the plastic servo horn with an upgraded aluminum one. It's always good to check your alignment fresh out of the box, and in my case, there was a few measurements that were actually off. Even after setting the endpoints and steering trim, my car wouldn't drive straight, and that was kind of my first indication that there was something misaligned. Redcat does provide a sheet with the entire stock alignment settings, along with an alternative alignment, but I'm actually using the suggested alignment from Roadside RC, which isn't too far off from stock. Starting off with the servo horn, the Redcat RDS has a plastic one that's highly suggested to replace day one because the plastic one just doesn't last. The metal servo gear against the plastic servo horn just totally gets eaten up. I chose to keep the servo installed while replacing the servo horn, but that was a mistake because my servo horn wasn't actually truly fully centered, and weeks later I actually removed the entire servo and installed the aluminum servo horn in this true center. After first driving the RDS, I did notice the suspension would get stuck and not rebound. And it actually happens from the suspension brace support connecting the two shocks being over tightened and not allowing the control arm rod inside the toe blocks to freely go up and down. You can loosen the two bolts in the center brace to release the pressure, but I chose to dismantle the entire front suspension to do a new alignment setup. One of the ball ends was in the wrong position going off of the stock alignment, which I thought was interesting. It's cool how the cross wrench is also a socket for that hex ball end. The stock alignment calls for 0.7 toe blocks in the rear, but mine came with 1.1 installed, which I actually chose to keep installed. Changing some of the spacers to different positions, and then changed the ball ends in the front knuckles. The biggest change was 3mm in the steering link that went from 23mm to 26mm. Everything else changed about a millimeter. It was all a good chance for me to get even more familiar with the RDS. I'm starting to learn what I'm looking for in tuning the car. It's hard to pinpoint things and change things if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, but that's all part of the learning experience, changing things, seeing how it reacts and what it does. After finishing the alignment and taking my car to the backyard test track, I noticed an immediate difference. I did have a GoPro going, but somehow I lost the footage. And this is also within the first week of me getting the RC drift car, so I was still learning, and I promised I've gotten a lot better. And they're also on the Redcat RDS stock drift wheels, which I feel grip up way too much for the semi-slick surface that I'm on. But overall, hopefully you got some good information, a little entertainment from this video. I am enjoying this entire hobby and getting immersed with the platform of the RDS and RC drifting in general. So if this video was helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, but most importantly, never stop evolving.